Hey guys, this is Bruce, and welcome to ConvoCourses podcast. I've been doing these daily to experiment on the interaction with the audience. What I'm doing right now is focusing on one comment at a time. So whether you left it in TikTok or YouTube or wherever social media you find me at ConvoCourses, I'm going to be answering your questions one at a time. Now, on Saturdays at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, we do a one-on-one where we're actually talking through the comments like one-on-ones. But now let's get into this. So somebody asked me a couple questions about working from home and doing multiple jobs doing that. Now, if you're interested in this, I've got a course on this and I break down how to get these types of jobs where you're working from home. I've been doing it for the last 7, 8 years now, and it's great. I love it. More time with my family. It's fantastic. But that being said, let's get into this question. So what they're asking me is, this is one of the questions that they had. Let me see. It said, I've worked 2 jobs. I think that if you take on 2 jobs, it should be for a season with a strategy, with a timetable and a deadline. But to do it long term is not healthy. Find a balance and land the job that pays enough for two should always be the goal. So finding enough money should, be the goal through hard times. And he says, I know that when it comes to finances versus employees, companies will always choose money first. Facts. So saving money from the second job could provide you with a serious cushion, just in case the company decides to lay you off. Exactly. So that's one of the strategies that you could use. And I actually totally agree with them about this comment of saying it's really not healthy. That's why I really don't encourage people to take on 2 jobs. I don't think it's a good idea. It's just not. It's just like you get really burned out really fast, right? Especially in cybersecurity. I can't speak on some other jobs that might be a little bit more laid back, but in cybersecurity, where you're doing all these meetings, I would probably argue project management too. If you have back-to-back meetings throughout the week, it just starts to burn you out after a while because you're really working on some of these. Now, if you have 2 slower-paced jobs, you could probably do it. You could probably nail it, but like he said, you should have a beginning, middle, and end for working 2 jobs. Like you should have one part time and maybe one long term, and then the part time one just make it so that okay, once I hit X amount of dollars, once I hit this month, I'm going to quit that other job and then take a break and then maybe take another part time job. Have some sort of a strategy, and then have a focus on what you do with the money. For me, what I would do was I would put some of that money into my business. Like if I had extra cash coming in, I would like use that to fund some cash flow stuff that I'm doing on the side. But another thing you can do, like he mentioned, is to just put it as for a rainy day, like just in case the company lets you go for whatever reason, then you have that money that's there. Another thing, let me see, back on the same video, somebody asked, they said, um, I think sometimes companies just need people with specific skill set and job titles to comply with contracts and for liability purposes. And then somebody has responded with correct. Beyond that, some companies may need some resume or potential employees in the pipeline before they can even complete the contract. Yeah, that these aren't people who really know what's up, because that's kind of what happened to me on a couple of occasions where I was waiting like a month or two for them to actually bring me on. And in the meantime, I'm getting all these job offers. So I just took one and I just started working this other job, this part-time job. Meanwhile, these other guys says, hey, okay, we're ready for you to come and work now. And I'm like, it's been 2 months, it's been 3 months, whatever it was. And I already had another job, but that was a part-time job. So I was working 2 jobs for like, I don't know, a couple months or something like that. And so that happened to me before, but I've also intentionally done that before. So it depends. Again, I go back to making sure that it's something that's not breaching the contract of the company, especially if it's a good company that you want to stay with for a long time. Don't jeopardize that good job just to work a part-time. I would say is one of the things I would say not to do. And then another thing is have a strategy, a beginning, middle, and end if you're going to actually do this. I'm not saying don't do it. I don't encourage it. I don't think that it's the right. If you have other options, don't do it. I mean, because it's very stressful. But if you have to do it, then if you have one that's a part-time and have a strategy, then that's the best way to do it. All right, guys, this is a short one. So I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm going to be doing these throughout the week. So let's see how it goes.